students will study about fruit and seed. Fruit and seed are the parts of the plant which are formed after the process of fertilization, and therefore these changes are called as post-fertilization changes. Fruit, it is formed from ovary of the flower, and seed, it is formed from ovule. After the process of fertilization, the ovary enlarges or increases in size and it gets converted into fruit, and ovule, it gets converted into seed. But as we know that ovules, these are present inside the ovary, hence the seeds are present inside the fruit. Now when we eat fruit, we see that there are seeds that are present inside the fruit. But there are exceptions, that is, there are fruits in which seeds are absent, and such type of fruits, they are called as parthenocarpic fruits or seedless fruits. Parthenocarpic fruits are the fruits which are produced without the process of fertilization, and the example of parthenocarpic fruit is banana and grapes. So these are the examples of parthenocarpic or seedless fruits. Then fruits, they are further classified as true fruit and false fruit. What is the difference between true fruit and false fruit? True fruits are the fruits which are formed exclusively or only from ovary. Example of true fruit is mango. And false fruits, these are the fruits which are formed from ovary as well as some other parts of the flower. Example is apple. So this is the diagram of a true fruit. True fruits, they are also called as eucarp. Eucarp, and the example is mango. True fruits are produced only from the ovary of the flower. The next type of fruit, it is false fruits, or they are also called as pseudocarp. False fruits, they are also called as pseudocarp. This is the fruit, it is vertical section. These are the seeds. This is transverse section. These are the seeds. And in this you can see that in addition to ovary, thalamus is also involved in the formation of fruit. Now since some other floral part is also involved, these are called as false fruits or pseudocarps. So these are the seeds that can be seen in the transverse section. Now let's see the different types of fruits. There are three types of fruits, that is simple fruit, aggregate fruit and composite fruit. Simple fruits are the fruits which are formed from one ovary of one flower, whereas aggregate fruits, these are formed from many ovaries of one flower. Now the difference between simple and aggregate is, in both type of fruits there is only one flower, but see the number of ovaries. For simple fruit it is only one ovary, and for aggregate fruit many ovaries are involved or required. Then composite fruits, these are the fruits which are produced from inflorescence. In our previous lecture we have studied about inflorescence. Inflorescence is the bunch or group of many flowers. So when the fruit is formed from inflorescence, it is called as composite fruit. Example of simple fruit is mango. Example of aggregate fruit is custard apple, that is sitafal. And example of composite fruit is pineapple, that is ananas. Simple fruits are further classified as dry fruits and fleshy fruits. The basic difference or the basis of classification of these fruits is the structure of their pericarp. In dry fruits, the pericarp becomes thin and dry, whereas in fleshy fruits, The pericarp, it is thick and fleshy. Example of dry fruits is pea, and example of fleshy fruits is tomato. Let's see the diagram of these three types of fruits. These are the different types of fruits. That is these three, that is upper three. These are simple fruits. The middle one, this is aggregate fruit, and these two, these are composite fruits. These first two, this is pea, this is lady's finger, that is bhendi, and this is tomato. See these round like structures, these are the pea seeds. Then this lines of seeds, these are the seeds of lady's finger, and these are the seeds of tomato. Now these two, they belong to dry fruits, whereas this, it belongs to fleshy fruits. One more thing about this is these two, they are dehyscent fruits, and this is indehyscent fruit. What does dehyscent and indehyscent means? Now these dry fruits at maturity, when their pericarp becomes thin and dry, the fruits will break open and release the seeds in the air. And the process is called as dehyscence. And hence, these fruits, they are called as dehyscent fruits. Whereas, fleshy fruits at maturity, since their pericarp, it is thick and fleshy, they will not break open to release the seeds. And therefore, these fruits, they are called as indehyscent fruit. So simple fruits are the fruits which are formed from one ovary of one flower. Aggregate fruit, it is formed from many ovaries of one flower. So these are the seeds of custard apple. These two, these are composite fruits which are formed from inflorescence. The example of composite fruit, this is the diagram of fig, that is anjir, and this is the diagram of pineapple, that is ananas. Now, one more thing you must know about fruit is parts of fruit. This fruit, it mainly consists of two parts, and the two parts are pericarp, or it is also called as fruit wall or wall of fruit, and another part is seed. But sometimes this pericarp, it is further subdivided into three parts, that is epicarp, mesocarp, and endocarp. Epicarp, it forms the outer part of the fruit. Mesocarp, it forms the middle part of the fruit. I'll give you a hint for this. So remember this M and M. So mesocarp, it is the middle part, and endocarp, it forms the innermost part of the fruit, which is close to the seed. Epicarp, it is mostly protective. The edible part or the juicy part of the fruit that we eat is the mesocarp, and the part of the fruit which is present close to the seed, it is called as endocarp. Sometimes the endocarp, when it is thin and membranous, the example of this is orange, and when the endocarp, it is hard and stony, the example is coconut. So this may change depending on the type of the fruit. Now let's see these parts in the diagram as well. So this is the diagram of a mango in which the pericarp is subdivided into three parts, that is epicarp, mesocarp, and endocarp. So the outermost layer is called as epicarp. This middle part, where the edible part or the juicy part of the fruit, it is called as mesocarp. And endocarp, this is the endocarp which is present close to the seed. So the innermost part of the fruit, it is called as seed, and epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp, it forms the pericarp or the fruit wall. Thank you.